Welcome into Just Another Podcast, hosted by yours truly, Just Another Chris. In today's episode, I have a lovely conversation with the one and only Molly from Eclectachrome YouTube channel. And yes, I said it right. I didn't say it right for the longest time. And we dive into that a little bit in the episode. But Molly is a film photographer and has a great YouTube channel. So we sit down and we talk about some cool projects that's coming up, like Policon. Yeah, we're both going to be there. Really exciting. We talk about some of the favorite cameras that she has, cameras that I even own. We dive into her processes on how she shoots, develops, and scans her photos. All at home. Yeah. So without further ado, sit on back, enjoy episode 16 of Just on the Podcast.
Gosh, Chris, let's get going.
Okay, we are now recording. Anything you said can and will be used against you. Not really, as you know. Anything that's said you don't like, feel free to let me know. It'll be cut out. You'll see it before it goes public, go live, all that sort of thing.
You can keep everything.
Oh, I'm going to ask some
Anything
deep questions then. I'm just kidding.
I'm not ready. I'm still a little nervous.
Nothing to be nervous about. This isn't a real podcast anyway.
Yeah, this is a fake podcast.
It's not.
Yeah,
you're
just
good.
wanted to chat me up.
Molly, what's going on? How are you?
What's going on, Chris?
Wow. Great seeing you for the first time ever.
I know.
Chatting. Better known as, well, now that you've corrected me on how to pronounce it. Eclectachrome, better known as
Eclectachrome, yes.
Eclectachrome on YouTube. Talk to us a little bit about what you do over there. Who are you even?
Who am I? I don't even know. I'm not even sure I'd be able to answer that question. You tell me.
I don't know.
Yeah, Eclectachrome. I pretty much picked the hardest name to pronounce ever.
Yeah.
It's all about film photography. So, and some digicams. So a lot of film cameras, projects, developing, and yeah, that's my YouTube channel. Yes.
Film photography, that's exciting. Digicam stuff. I do a little bit of that too, mostly VHS, but I have actually done VHS stuff in a little bit. I'm hoping to bring that back this year. Some people have talked about, hey, where's the VHS content? Like camcorders and things.
Yeah, please do.
They're fun. I've been wanting to do a VHS live stream where I'm just live streaming with VHS. I've actually done that before, but that was like way back in the day. 2020, 2019, potentially.
Yeah.
But it's
going
pretty
back
fun.
a little bit.
So
before the world changed.
Right. First of all, sweet shirt. I'm jealous. Where'd you get that?
I actually wore this for you today.
Wow.
Especially. I planned my outfit for this podcast. I got it at Kohl's.
Really?
Like 10 years ago.
Oh, well, I was going to say, dang, I'm going to Kohl's and trying to find it, but I doubt I'll be able to do that.
You know what? I don't shoot any Polaroids.
That was my next question.
Yeah. I really shouldn't have this shirt.
Well, it's fine. It's cool. It's vintagey. It's nice.
Yeah.
My sister used to work at Kohl's, actually.
Oh, cool.
Fun fact. Shout out to you, Jen. Don't know why, but shout out. Actually, my sister's pretty cool. She's a cosplayer and stuff. She's cool. You need to get her making stuff. Awesome. She's just too nervous, I guess, to be on camera.
For YouTube.
Yeah, she does a lot of TikTok stuff and Instagram, like Reels. We did some stuff together for Halloween this year, her and her fiance. Actually, she was in the last video, guy. Well, I don't know when this episode's coming out, to be honest, but my sister and her fiance, we are a drunken Vegas trip. I released the footage. I was like, F it. I'm going to put it out there. It's
Yeah, that was pretty bold.
I did cut some stuff out and didn't include our trip to the zombie burlesque show, which was super fun.
Yeah.
But I digress.
Yeah, that was a fun video.
I was going to ask you, I was going to comment on the fact that you wear a Polaroid shirt. Do you shoot Polaroid? Because I haven't seen it on the channel. I have seen other instant photography stuff on there. You even schooled me on the Lomography square glass camera. I had never seen that version of that camera. And you said it was a Kickstarter version?
Yes. But I actually didn't get that. I didn't do the Kickstarter. I found that on eBay. But it came with the whole package, like the lenses and everything.
Mm.
And I think in the description they said it was from the Kickstarter. So that's kind of how I found. And I haven't seen that color combination anywhere else.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've had a few comments on that, but that camera is a lot of fun. So
It is. It is. It's as you've probably already learned or if experienced, it takes some practice. With the viewfinder mostly.
Yes. Yep.
With that viewfinder, it's kind of atrocious, and I don't recommend shooting that with Instax Mini because it makes it even worse.
Yes.
But it can be done because you can shoot both
yes.
in there. And extra fun fact, that was my very first video, like when I refocused the channel onto film photography. That was the first video I ever did. It was a lomography square glass. And I really haven't, I mean, I talk about it all the time. I haven't really shot it, like done videos with it in a long time. So I'm going to be doing that soon.
Yeah, break it out again.
Busting it out. I have a bunch of film that's like 3 years, 5 years old, something like that. But Instax, I've always had.
Instax, that lasts forever.
It's not like
I would love to shoot Instax. I don't know, maybe like if it ever, like when it gets to like something like, I don't know if it's like 30, 40, 50 years old and see if it's still good. Just save a pack for like the next 20 years.
I think like 10. I think the cutoff's probably around 10 years, to be honest, because I've shot some, believe it or not, it was the Polaroid 300 film, which is just Instax mini film. I don't know if you know that, but Polaroid actually made an Instax mini camera. There's two of them. They're just, one of them is a complete rip off of like the Instax, I don't know, mini, like 2 maybe. I don't know, one of the early ones. I don't even know. Don't quote me on that because I actually don't know if there is a mini 2. I think they just kind of came up with something else. But it's called the Polaroid 300, and they made branded Polaroid Instax mini film. And I've Noptop Dave, shout out to you. He sent me a sealed box. It was from like 2006, I think. And it didn't work. I did a video on it a couple years ago. It was part of my 2021 Halloween special. And so that stuff didn't work at all. So there is a cutoff. It will go bad at some point.
All right. Well, maybe that's because it was made by Polaroid, or was it actually made by Instax?
It's not. They partnered up, and so Fuji made it for Polaroid. Yeah, it was weird. They made 2 cameras that I know of, only of 2. And then I have one of them. It's I don't know how to pronounce it. It's either the Mio or the Mio. It's MIO.
Okay. Not MIA.
Not MIA. It was right before they went bankrupt and then resurrected, but it was right during that time period. Yeah. A little fun fact for you.
The Fuji, I mean, they're sorry. I actually I just found they have some pretty cool like older versions. Like I haven't told you this yet, but I found a 7S on eBay for like $10.
Yeah. Instax minis, baby, they're cheap.
Yeah, great.
99% of the time they'll work. I've never had one not work. They just work. And honestly, most of the time when people are selling like an Instax camera, it's basically brand new anyway because they're just casual shooter. They're like they might shoot a box and like over the course of 2 years, and then they just, I don't need this. I'm just going to sell the camera. So it's basically brand new. So that's what I recommend to people all the time. They're like, hey, should I go buy a new one? I'm like, dude, let's go buy a used one on Facebook, eBay, $10-$20 max. Yeah, you're fine. But outside of instant photography, because I know you don't do a ton of it, but you do some, your main focus is on what, 35 millimeter and 120. What else? What type of stuff do you shoot on a daily basis?
Well, so I'd probably say up until now, I usually have done 35 millimeter. So most of the channel is 35 millimeter, but I have done some 120. I've had a few 120 cameras, and this year I want to shoot more 120. So I've actually been shooting a lot more medium format and developing that. But also, so 120 is, it takes a lot less time to scan because I do my own scanning at home. So that's one of the reasons why I've decided to sort of go more into that. But I kind of flip-flop because like 35 millimeters, I used to do a lot of street photography before I moved to the middle of the woods. And 35 millimeter is great for that. But 120, I just love the detail in the images for like more landscapey stuff and portraits. So yeah, mostly 35 millimeter, sprinkled in a few medium format. And a lot of it is more like budget stuff as well. So like cheaper cameras, like
yeah.
There's no Leica M6s on my channel.
You don't want to be some hipster, whatever they're called, pretentious people. Sorry, I don't even
the Leica bros. I love the Leica bros, but I mean, I'm not a Leica person, but
not for me. You're paying for a name,
no
there's
Leica.
better out there.
Yeah, actually, so the poor man's Leica is the Canon. If anyone's interested, Canon L3, Canon P, Canon 7. That series, range. I mean, there's so many rangefinders out there. But yeah, if you can't afford a Leica,
which is probably most,
get a Canon L3 and it'll be the same thing. I know. Oh my God, we're gonna have all the Leica people hating.
I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't care because literally it's just like this club that, oh, I can afford this, so now I'm better than you. That's the type of people that I meet. And when they talk about Leica and stuff, like there's so much better out there from Nikon and Canon, that could outdo a freaking Leica. It's literally just the price tag. And then people are like, look, I got my Leica. I'm so much better than you because I can afford it. Or Hasselblad and all that stuff. It's like, it's okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you can afford it, like that's great. But for people who, maybe that money would be better spent on film or travel or experiences.
Yeah.
And I actually wrote an article on this last year, but there were some like quality control issues with Leica that were acknowledged by someone at Leica. And they had like a pressure plate issue. Brand new M6s. I think it was the brand new M6. I have to double check. But if you're paying, I don't know what, $6,000, $5,000 for a new camera, even
easily,
without a lens, and you've got quality control issues, that's not good.
No bueno. How long have you been shooting this stuff, like film photography in general?
Hold on. I have to show you a photo. I have been shooting since I was really young. Do you mind if I try and pull it? Okay, no, here it is.
Go ahead.
All right. Can you see this?
Yeah. Oh, there it is. I love it. A little disposable.
Oh, wait, hold on. That's not in the center.
There it is.
Yeah, it's a Disney Mickey Mouse. You can see I'm wearing a Disney shirt as well. Disney Mickey Mouse disposable camera. So I've been shooting since I was that young.
That's awesome.
I mean, yeah, mostly like disposables when I was younger, because that's what we grew up with. I mean, my mom had the fancy camera, fancy. It was a Canon Rebel K2, which I have now. So I've got the camera that she shot.
Nice.
But that was, and she actually used to have a Pentax K1000 as well.
Okay.
But then if she lost it or somebody broke it. So actually this Christmas I got her another one, and it was like going full circle. But yeah, so I've been shooting for a while. But then when I was a teenager, digital came in, so I kind of started shooting more digital. Always still had film. Took a darkroom class in university, and on and off until like COVID, and then I just really got into it. So yeah, a while.
Nice. So how long have you been doing the YouTube channel?
So I started that in September 2021.
Nice.
I
Okay.
think. Yeah, so not very long.
Well,
and it was awful, like the first year.
The first
year and a half.
I know how that goes.
It's still awful. What am I talking about?
No, it's not. It's lovely. I was gonna say, like, the fact that you stuck with it this long, though, that's big. Most people give up right away, like immediately.
Well, Yeah, so it's addictive.
It can
I
be.
can't stop doing it.
That's good.
It's it's the only thing I've actually stuck with. Because I used to change like every 3 months. I would have a new Instagram handle. I would have a new genre of photography that I was into.
You're finding,
So
you're just still finding your groove, or as they might say. I
yeah,
was the same way. You know how many handles I went through, or
yeah,
genres, things. I was known for toys for so long. Like I was like that. That's all I was doing. I was like all in on making custom action figures and
yeah,
modifying, whatever, doing 3D printing and things, and then I was doing tech. And then I was doing reviewing camera, like digital cameras or live streaming stuff and all that. So until I finally
yeah.
landed on this.
So has this been the thing that you've stuck with the longest in recent years, like instant photography?
So if you count my retail store as sticking with, I did that for nearly 5 years, which was
Okay.
toys, buy, sell, trade, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I started doing YouTube, but it was all over the place. So if you go back to this YouTube channel and go like switch the filter to oldest and watch it, you
All
literally
right.
get
Oh
to
yeah.
you literally get to see like all the changes, like in order. But I've been making the YouTube videos on this channel since probably 2015, I think.
Oh wow.
Maybe
Yeah.
14, 15, somewhere in there. There's some unlisted videos from 2008, which were some of my high school videos that I made, but I can't be shown because there's copyrighted music.
Oh.
And you used
Yeah.
to be able to get away with it, but then eventually they put that law and so then all the videos
Yeah.
are muted. So I
Yeah.
just unlisted them all. So it wasn't until 2020 that's when I focused it on this. So it's
Oh
nearly the
wow.
same.
Okay.
We're getting pretty
Wow.
close. Getting pretty
Yeah.
close to the same amount as my store for another year, I guess. But yeah, this is one of the for YouTube only though. I'd say it's the longest thing I've
Hmm.
stuck with
Yeah.
and focused on.
Yeah.
Um,
If you could go back, if you could have your store again or YouTube,
which one would I do? Is that what you're saying?
which one would you do?
Oh, it's tough because the YouTube allows me to travel, go places, live life,
Mm,
meet new people, um, and express myself creatively. Um, the store, it tied me down to one thing. I had to be there all the time, and focus on making money. But also YouTube is on the opposite side of that is it's very expensive. Hardly any money comes in. I still have to pretty much supplement it in other ways, which I've gotten pretty
mhm.
good at. And I'm finally honing in on it to where it's getting pretty close to be able to, it's pulling its own weight across the board to where I can just work solely for myself. Because right now I still
Yeah.
have one client I edit videos for, the Deep Pocket Monster
Yep.
Pokemon channel. But the store was really cool because I didn't know who was going to walk in that day. So that was kind of exciting to what stories I'd hear. So that was really fun. I felt like I got taken more seriously though when I had my store. When I
Mhm.
talked to people because it was tangible, you could see it, it was real.
Yeah.
When I tell people I do YouTube, they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay, just
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
influencer."
Sure. Yeah.
People don't really take me seriously.
That's not a business.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
I was making a hell of a lot more money too when I had my store, but I wasn't really that happy. I've been much more
Mhm.
happy doing this stuff, the
Okay.
YouTube and whatnot. So it's a tough call. There's days I miss it for sure because I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
it was a little bit more stable. I could still be creative because I did start a YouTube channel and that was like in parallel with my store. It was a way to build a community to where I built an internet web series that people could watch and then visit the store. That was like kind of
Mhm.
my business strategy at the time. It didn't really take off very
Yeah.
well. It did okay. It almost landed me my own network TV show though. A couple of years ago,
All right.
I got contacted. I don't know if I ever told you that, but it didn't work out. The pilot that they were already filming didn't get greenlit. But if it did, I would have been called in as to be the host and executive producer. It would have been in the toy world, so like the
Mhm.
toy hunting and buy sell trade aspect stuff. Still would
Mhm.
have been really fun.
Yeah. Yeah. For
Um,
sure.
but yeah, I think in the end I still would choose what I do now, even though there's nights where I lay in bed and stare at the ceiling like, what am I doing with my life?
Where am I going?
Yeah, that bank account's getting real low. What am I doing
Yeah.
with this? Yeah.
Man, that Polaroid film hurts.
Yeah, it's so. I mean, honestly, that's another great point. Like in the sense that the 90% of the content creators or YouTubers are either streaming, playing like video games, or doing lifestyle stuff, maybe vlogging or whatever.
Yeah.
They don't have a continuous monthly expense to just do the videos that they need to do, because like you gotta buy film, you gotta buy all these things, and then make the stuff. So then on top of the gear that you might need to make the videos, it adds up so much fast. So our channels are small, but we spend more than the large channels because they're not doing what we're doing, and so it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Could start not a self-help. I used to be so into like minimalism. Like that was it's still kind of big, but if I just did a channel on minimalism, then it'd be great. I wouldn't have to buy anything. And actually it would all be about not buying things.
Yeah, because like the profits that we make go right back into the channel.
Profits you make. I don't make anything.
Well, we need to fix that.
Well, it's actually, it just builds. It builds over time, and it also depends on how many videos you do, of course, and how many people.
It's a grind. It's a grind.
Yeah, but it's fun.
It is fun, and so to answer your question, yes, I think I prefer this. Been able to do a lot of fun stuff and meet a lot of people that I wouldn't have been able to do if I was still tied or having my store. But it was nice in a way to get taken more seriously. But at the same time, like those people that didn't take me seriously, I don't even talk to them. I don't really care about them in the first place. So why does that matter?
It don't really matter.
Why do I need their approval?
Yeah.
Going back to a little more about you, what would be your go-to camera then? Which one do you shoot with the most? Ooh. For 35 maybe. Let's stick with that.
35? Mm-hmm. Oh gosh. Well, it would depend on the situation.
Okay.
So for street photography, I would definitely say the Canon L3 with the Jupiter lens series. So that's actually a Leica thread mount camera. And I forget who manufactured the Jupiter lenses, but there's a set of Jupiter lenses, and they go from they're like Jupiter 12, Jupiter 8, Jupiter 9, or Jupiter 11. They're so cheap. The 12 is a little bit more expensive, but it's like you could get a 50 mil Jupiter 8, Canon L3 or 7 or P, whatever, for less than $100 or 150 for a really good one. And,
nice.
So you can find one for less. So that would be my go-to. That's usually my go-to for street photography. I've got a few others, but I've got a lot.
So it's really the standard struggle that every photographer has is that when you get asked, what's your favorite camera? Oh, I got 20 of them. They're all this. So I feel the struggle. I feel it.
I want to know how many cameras you have in total.
In total, across what though? What categories? Digital, film, instant. But as far as film cameras go, outside of instant, because that would take too long. Because I got two.
Let's do your 35 mil and 120.
Yeah, that's easy. I have two 120 cameras. I have a Rolly cord that I've never used. I don't even know if it works. And then I have.
Gotta get on that.
Yeah, no, I need to shoot it. And then I've got my Yashica D, which I use.
Yeah.
I've not often enough, but this year, that will change. I have film in there. And you scolded me about this, but I have film in there from February of 2023.
That hurt.
I took it to Florida and shot some stuff, and I haven't finished the roll off. There's a couple shots left. I went out the other night and shot a couple, but Yeah, and then
you gotta clear it out because I sent you some more, so you gotta clear it out now.
I will. And then I've got, so that's it for my 120. I have all of 2, and then for 35, I only have a couple. I guess the main one I've got, which is my Nicker Mat EL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Found it for $10 at some random store. It was in a bin of this old cameras, and there was it was kind of a thrift shop / pawn shop in a way. It was they're like, yeah, $10. I don't know if it works. I'm like, all right. Those are I was gonna say bricks, but it's a tank. Yeah,
those are tanks.
I was worried about it because it didn't have a lens cap on it at all, or a body cap. I mean, and so it was just like open. It works. Works great. And then outside of that, I've got toy cameras. I've got the soda can camera. I've got I just picked up a juice box camera. I need to smooth knob top into reskinning that for me with the Ecto Cooler like he did. I think I sent that video to you. I can't remember.
I watched a couple of his videos, which were awesome. So I've got a few more in the watch later.
But he's been too cool for me. He's got a girlfriend now, so he doesn't. We don't talk as much as we used to. Yeah, and I think he's on a road trip.
They are very distracting.
I messaged. He did message me the other day. He's like, "Hey, sorry, I've been so MIA. I'm trying to wrap up a video edit before our road trip I got coming up." I'm like, "Road trip with your lady friend?" And he gave me kind of a winky face, but I never heard back. So yeah, he's living his best life right now.
Good for him.
Yeah, and then I have that. What is it? It's a Pentax. It's a Pentax Zoom R or whatever. I've never tried it yet.
The point and shoot.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to shoot with that this year too. That's it. I think that's all the film camera. Oh no, I have one more. It's still in the package. I paid $5 for it. It's a gimmick camera. It's like a panoramic camera, one of those like gimmicky panoramic.
Is it the wide pick one?
Yeah, it's like a wide pick, but it's like it's not like, it's like it fakes it. It just like, I guess, just chops off the tops. Yeah, I've got one of those. It's still in the package. It's $5. I paid $5 for it.
Those are awesome. I've shot those. And so sorry, another side note about those. If you ever go to like Matt, do you know like Matt Loves Cameras? So he's got a YouTube channel and a blog.
Does he love cameras?
Just a little bit.
Oh, that's good.
But he did a competition with those cameras.
Okay.
So
I prefer him. To be honest, as far as like toy cameras, because when I got into film or instant or whatever you want to call it, I wanted the crap looking camera, like I want to say crap, but like I wanted that like lo-fi feel.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So like I tried to go for the that disposable camera look. So that's why I really wanted that soda can camera. And actually, I was shocked at how good the photos came out. Like it was actually better than I thought it was going to be. So I really enjoyed shooting with that one. I have a roll in there from
don't say it.
February for February 7th. I think it was on my birthday. No, it wasn't. It was February 6th because I went to Disney World for my birthday. And I was at Disney Hollywood Studios. I have it on video of me loading the camera. I think it was February 6th of 2023. And so there's like 14 shots fired, I think, and then on 36 roll. So anyway, I got finished off. I shot some yesterday with it.
Yeah. Just put all the cameras that are half loaded into a bag and just go out and finish them all.
Well, the Nicker Mat is the same thing. I loaded that in March of 2023, and there's like 5 shots left. So I've been trying to shoot that up. That's been my problem. Cause one, I really do enjoy, shooting that stuff, but instant photography is what's really been the focus because it's the channel. It's what people were watching. And still want.
Definitely. But
I'm going to branch off into some more things this year, and so I'm going to be shooting a lot more of that. But no excuses, I guess. And actually, what you were saying earlier briefly about 120, you love to scan it because it's less photos, right? I'm assuming that's why. I like shooting 120 because there's less photos. I'm like, oh, 9 shots. It's so I can shoot that pretty quick.
I can do that.
Well, then granted, I have a roll in there from February of 2023. I loaded that.
That's like the same. Yeah.
I think I loaded that on camera too at Disney World. I think I have a shot of me loading it.
Chris, man, gotta get on this. It's the same as a pack of instant film.
Yeah, but I can go through a pack of instant film. Like I think it's also been my thing with one reason I really, really, really enjoy shooting instant film is because you shoot it, you got it, you're done. You can move on to the next thing. And that's why I wanted to get into instant photography to begin with, because it was so relaxing for me. Because like my day job is like editing videos or shooting videos, so there's like so much technical side of it, like the settings, the lighting, all these things, and then bringing it into editing software and continuing to work on it and all that sort of stuff, which I love and do. But it's like I want a break from that, so I take a break and just take instant photos, and it's just one button and I'm done. And so shooting 35 or 120 or traditional, I guess, if you will, it's not. You take it, now I still have to I don't develop, so I have to send it off and then pay another expense and then wait.
Yep.
And then,
And
then the thing I was falling into, because there's actually a shot roll in my fridge. I'm like, I'll just wait to finish off the other ones before I send it, because it'll be cost effective. For shipping, and then for video's sake, I can get them all sent and then get the scans back, and I can start making videos, because I'm like, but then it's taking me a year to finish off these other ones, so it just kind of piles up and gets forgotten about a little bit. So I need to learn to develop my own film.
Yes, it's very easy, or sorry, I shouldn't say easy, because that's sort of a relative term. It's more straightforward.
Yeah.
Than a lot of people might think starting out.
In theory, I know how. Yeah. I've watched it done enough, and I've seen a YouTube channel recently talking about how to do it. I don't know if you know it, but what's her name? Eclectachrome. That's it.
It rings a bell.
Yeah. And so I've been watching some of those. I'm like, I should probably invest in some stuff. I'm like, one of my goals this year.
Yeah.
One of the goals.
And it's like a whole, it's like, if you think about the world of instant photography or the world of film photography, there's like a world of developing. There's so much to get into, and different methods and techniques and developers and equipments, and so but it's a lot of fun, and it's convenient, because you can do it straight after you shoot it, and then you can scan it straight after that when it's dry, and you don't have to wait for the lab, and it's much cheaper. Yeah,
I've always wanted to, even as a kid. Because I did video, we call it video productions in school. The AV club, AV class, whatever probably the older people would say or call it, but we called it video productions. And I wanted to I had to take an art class. Apparently video was not categorized under art. Later, me and the teacher, we ended up actually forming a petition to make it an art class. And we got it, but it was for the previous year, not for me, even though I petitioned and helped fought, and we did this whole presentation thing. Anyway, it got approved to be an art class, but I had to do this art class thing, and I'm like, cool, because the video class was basically shared a wall with a door. It goes right into the art class, or excuse me, the photography class, which was considered art. And then next to the one connected room to that was the pottery class. So it was like the art corner, but video was apparently not art all those time. But I'm like, okay, I want to do photography, and it was only film photography, and they had their own dark room and everything. And I had a friend that was in that class, so I was going to the dark room from time to time and like observe and watch and enlarge photos once in a while and stuff. So I had like this gist of it. But I was being forced to take an art class. I'm like, I'm going to do photography, and they're like, you can't do video and photography. I'm like, why?
That's very restrictive.
Yeah, like you have to do something else. So they put me in pottery class, which was fun. It was fun. I very much enjoyed it. It was really cool. But I'm like, I really wanted to be in the photography class, because they also taught Photoshop, which was weird because we did film. And then they were like, let's use digital software.
How did that work?
It was strange. even with my video class, they wouldn't let us use digital what's it called, like SD cards and stuff. We shot on mini DV, and it was already on the way out, and the cameras we were using were mini DV cameras, but a lot of them had SD card slots on them. They were combos, but no, we had to learn on tape.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that's why I missed that, because I probably went from VHS to the SD or the digital, whatever that was. So yeah.
I mean, so if I didn't do video productions class at school, because outside of that world, I went from full size VHS. My family didn't even do compact VHS, just the giant full size VHS, and then straight to SD cards, pretty much. I mean, there was a little bit of floppy disk mixed in.
The floppy disk! Yes! Yeah, we had those for a time.
Yeah, I mean, there was that, and then a little bit of that, but pretty much straight to SD card. But video productions, shout out to you, Mr. Howard. Actually, I tried to get him on the podcast for episode 1.
Oh, cool.
I still have his email. He never emailed me back. It's back when I had my studio too, so I was like, "Dude, come on now, man! Look what I've become. I want you
gotta
on
look
here."
him up now in the yellow pages.
Yeah, but that's I don't know why I went on the tangent, but that is my history of why I got into video productions and why I have a YouTube channel and why I got inspired to even do any of this in the first place. Mr. Howard, shout out! I want to get him on the podcast. A lot of that's probably going to be in the members extended version.
Extended, yes.
Because this really isn't supposed to be about me. It's supposed to be about kind of you mostly, as well as a little bit of me.
Well, it's about both of us. It's a two-way street, even though my Polaroid podcast picture is bigger than yours.
It's true.
It's a two-way street.
It's true. Polaroid picture, yeah.
Sorry, Instax. It's like an Instax wide.
It is Instax wide. That is not done on purpose. That's an accident, because that is just a lower third, a title card. But yeah, it works. Yeah, we're on the podcast. I always wanted it to be more of a hangout with somebody and chat both ways.
That's fun.
Type of thing.
Yeah.
And then but still be the guest, be the focus a little bit. Hey, real quick, I wanted to remind you guys about the members area. Yeah, there are some amazing perks by becoming a member of the Spitfire Club, such as extended versions of Just Another Podcast and extended versions of YouTube videos and early access to said YouTube videos, and exclusive monthly signed photos sent to your door, and access to the members exclusive Spitfire Club t-shirt. But that's not all. There is now an exclusive members-only Zoom call. Yeah, we have our club meeting. We sit down, we chat, we talk about things that we're into, things that we're struggling with, things we want to improve, and special guest appearances from other like-minded content creators. Ugh, it's so much fun. If you want to become a member today, there is a link in the description below. I'll see you in there. So, switch back to you.
No, I really don't I don't like talking about me. So we can talk about you if you want.
Let's talk about if you don't want to talk about this, we can cut it out. But Policon.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Policon, I've never been.
I'm going.
And it looks like there'll be a Just on the Chris and Eclectachrome meetup in person.
Yep. Yeah, and
a little adventure.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, this year.
It's gonna be a lot of videos. You're gonna finish the film in your camera. If I go back to New Hampshire and you haven't finished filming those cameras, my job, I failed.
You'll never speak to me again.
That'll be it.
It's over.
No more collaborations.
No more collabs. It is all done.
Yeah, I'm super excited. So I actually, I've always shot instant film. So I've had an Instax Mini Neo Classic 90, hold on, I think I said that backwards.
Yeah.
Instax Mini 90.
Then there's a Neo. I think a Neo is separate.
Neo.
It's its own.
Neo Classic, yeah. Because it's got all the functions, like it's got mode, multiple exposure, and like party mode, which is awesome. Because it actually exposes like the background as well as with the flash. Yeah.
You ever do it on a tripod?
No.
So
yeah, it's really cool.
Oh, interesting. Does it do like some type of? I would imagine it being like either one of two things. Like it fires the flash first and then opens the shutter, or because the Polaroid i2 does.
I don't know.
Because you can actually so he fires the flash, and then the shutter opens. That way the background gets a little bit of light.
The ambient light. Yes, it must be. I don't know if I'm sure it does it. You would probably know better than me what order it happens in, but it does something like that. Yeah. So the background light actually shows up, or the background, whatever you got in there. So I've had that for ages, and I love it. I forget where I was going with this. Polycon. Yeah. So, and I have instant square cameras, instant wide cameras. I love it. So I've always shot that, but on the channel, I've just mostly focused on 35 mil and 120. But then, sorry, go ahead. You were going to say something.
No. I was going to say about your channel. I think what really drew me to your channel in the first place was the news that you do.
Yeah.
That's exciting because now there's very few people doing that in our community. If you might be the only one, actually.
Well, do you know the channel, the Nico's Photo Show or Nico's Photo News?
Yeah, no, I'm learning all sorts of fun channels.
Yeah, there's going to be so many links at the bottom of this.
Yeah, you'll need to be like, as you watch this back later, because just so the audience knows, when you're a guest on here, you get to watch it before everybody else, and you get to proof it and approve it. So when you get to watch it back, you're gonna have to be like, here's all the links. I won't know.
I'll send you. Yeah, I'll send you a document, a 5-page document.
Yeah.
So Nico, he's super big. I mean, so Nico I'm pretty sure he works at Camera Store, which is based in Finland, and he used to do the news. He's done it for a really long time, and then I think he kind of slowed down a little bit end of last year. And I started writing news at 35 MMC in 2022, summer of 2022. And then the guy that runs 35 MMC, Hamish, we were like talking about how awesome it would be to start doing YouTube videos with the news, like the summary. And I was like, yeah, I would love to do that, but I don't want to step on Nico's toes. So he actually messaged Nico and was like, hey, we're thinking about doing this, and like, would that be all right? Would you mind? And he was so nice. He was like, yeah, of course. It'd be awesome to have someone else do the news and different news, same news, because we don't always get the same stuff. And so I started doing it, and it's been so much fun. And it's gotten a really good response, like on YouTube. So
yeah,
just running with it.
Yeah, I was like, a couple years ago, I was like, I should probably do some new stuff because they do really well. But I'm like, there's not a ton of news in the instant photography world. Like, what could I even make a weekly or a monthly?
Bluetooth speakers?
Yeah, Bluetooth speakers, baby. Here we go. Polaroid. Yeah. There's just not a ton. I'm sure if I dug deep, I can put at least one episode together, and then it'd be like another 6 months before I could put another one together.
You could do like a state of the
union.
State of the union. What's that called? You could do state of instant photography. Like, I don't know.
Current state.
6 months, every 6 months. I don't know.
Or I mean, I guess I could do like a year end. This is what happened last year or this past year in the instant photography world. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Talk about YouTube channels that popped up or the events and things. That might be something I could do this year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because we're going to talk about Polycon.
Yeah. We'll be there. I've never been. I'm excited. I'm pretty sure, excuse me. I'm pretty sure that your episode is going to come out after Diego from Aim, Shoot, Develop. I should record with him. I'm pretty sure that'll be the case, but we talk about Polycon pretty heavy in that as well. He'll be there.
Oh, cool.
Which is exciting. I get to meet him.
Yeah.
Every year message me and be like, hey, are you going to Polycon this year? I'm like, no, probably not. Nothing against the people putting it on whatsoever. I'm sure they're lovely people. And in fact, in February sometime, they will be on the podcast. But I already been in the talks about it. They're supposed to happen this month, but I guess their schedule filled up. So it'll be next month or in February. Don't know how the episode's going to go because it sounds like there's going to be a group of people. So that'll be the first time there's a group of people on the podcast. Right. So we'll see. But the reason I haven't gone, and I will bring this up to them too in a positive, constructive way. This isn't negative, like trying to tear them down, but there's never been a lot of advertisement for it or promotion. So I've never known what I'm getting myself into this. So if you guys seen the Diego podcast, there's a little bit of repeating myself, right now, but yeah, I've just never really known, because they don't do a lot of promotions. Like I said, there's no hype reels or videos showing what it was like after there to use for the following year to get people to come. And it's growing though, which is exciting without the advertisement. So I'm hoping after our conversation, or me and them, that I can get more involved, maybe help them with that. And just put out some, like shoot some stuff, some promo things that they can use for the next one. Cause the San Francisco one, we should probably clarify, that's the one we'll be at. Yes. The Bay Area, that one started, I think 4 years ago. And then the main one, or the first one, was in Denton, Texas. And then they started the New York one a few years ago as well. So there's 3, so it's growing, but no one knows really what goes on there unless you go. Diego was saying that he's been to a bunch of them and they're super fun. So that's exciting, and I'm excited to go. Well, like I said, you'll be coming, and we'll be driving down with potentially a Caleb and Alex as well. They haven't, they want to go, but they said, hey, let us know in February to make sure. They don't want to completely confirm it right now because they got to see if they can even go. But they want to go. Enough. So there'll be at least 4 of us, potentially, going. And anybody else that's listening that wants to go and come hang out, I'm going to be giving away a bunch of things. I got a list right here of things to do, a little laundry list to make, but I'm going to be giving away some of my zines, some of my Welcome to Hazeldale zine. That's probably the one. And then just a bunch of stickers and things. But also every month for my members in the Spitfire Club, I send out a club photo, or the print club it's called. And I'm thinking about making an exclusive one for that. The only can get there. So yeah. So if you guys are there, if you see me, and I'm thinking about doing it in a fun way to where it's like you have to know about it, ask me for it, or so something like a passcode phrase or something. I don't know.
Come up and say the secret password, or I don't know, wear a color hat or something.
Yeah, something. I think it'd be kind of fun. I got to tweak it, but I've been already thinking and working some ideas for PoloCon.
Oh, that's super fun
to do while I'm there. And yeah, I don't know if I've gotten or thought that far ahead, but what are your plans or hopes and dreams about PoloCon, and what do you want to do? Yeah.
Well, okay, I do want to get a Polaroid camera, and I want to shoot some Polaroid film. And I know we talked a little bit about this, and we said maybe the Polaroid Go.
So the Go for your style, I mean. The Go would actually be super cool for PoloCon to take pictures with people, because that's where it shines. That's pretty much its strength. After that, unless you shoot like neon signs maybe, and you can get pretty close.
Well, that is the film photographer cliche.
Exactly. That's why I said it. But the Go, it has weaknesses. So if you're shooting landscapes and like street photography, because it's pretty small. And if you're taking a picture of something from far away, it's going to be even smaller.
And I wasn't sure like if I wanted not the real Polaroid experience, but like the less, not less modern, but like the more Polaroid experience, like the actual shape of
like the vintage,
the actual size of the 600 film or the SX70 film.
So I mean, obviously, I'll have a load of cameras you can pick from when you're here too. So
I'm just gonna raid your stash.
Yeah. So that way you can actually just test them out and see which ones that you want to later to go buy or whatever. But I've got, I mean, honestly, for you, I might look at like the One Step series, the One Step 2, and maybe the One Step Plus. I actually have the One Step Plus sitting here because it actually has manual controls with it via the app.
Okay.
So you can actually control the shutter and aperture with it. You can do long exposures.
Yeah, I like that. I like all that
bunch of
kind
other
of
things.
stuff. Like, yeah, I like ones that have creative options where you can do different things. So I definitely want to like. I mean, I got the shirt. I just need the camera.
Right.
But I am looking forward to getting into a lot more like instant photography. Because something that you said earlier. I mean, I've been developing like so much and scanning. I've been shooting so much regular film, doing all the developing myself, all the scanning, and I just kind of got. No, I didn't get burned out because I still love it. But I started picking up my instant camera a little bit more, like the squares, and it was just so refreshing. Like you said, it's like you don't have to do anything after that. It's ready in like 2 minutes, and that's it. And you have a print, like you have a physical thing. It's so, yeah. I feel like we're going in opposite directions.
Just trading and switching.
You want to go more into 35 mil and 120, and I want to go more into instant.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Yeah. You gonna? I'm assuming you'll be shooting videos and stuff too while you're there. People will be able to watch. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Have to figure that out because I still have to figure out what I'm gonna do. I remember last year or was the year before I had some ideas for if I was gonna go, because I was launching my I don't know if you ever saw it, but Pola copies. Were you around for that at all when I made those? It's fine.
I don't think
it came
so.
and went. I had this idea of like a trade back system where people could send me their empty cartridges, and I would make Pola copies, which were oh shoot, I actually have one here. Oh my god, well, part of one. Oh my gosh, the timing of this was not planned. So this right here looks like an exposed to the light Polaroid photo, but it is, I made these from scratch using like the Laney instant printer, and it has scratch paper on it, and they're copies of my like a series of Polaroid photos that I took, and you had scratch to develop technology, so you would scratch it to reveal your photo. And I still want to bring it back, but I've been looking and failing, or I should say looking without success. Find a company that can print me a 1-to-1 Polaroid photo, essentially a copy obviously, and no scratch off. But it'll be front and back printed and then make them like a trading card to where they'll be wrapped as like in a cellophane, like trading card. There'd be like 8 photos.
Yeah, like the Pokemon card. Yeah,
exactly.
Or any cards. Yeah.
And create chase cards, where some of them are holographic maybe, but also, I'm giving a kind of a really deep dive here because the podcast I've wanted it to serve many, many use cases. One, I just wanted to be able to talk about other things than maybe photography. Bring on some people to talk about, for instance, there's this chess player that follows me on Instagram. We've kind of just chatted for a bit. And she streams on Twitch playing chess. I actually have a small chess background.
That's cool.
I have a first place chess trophy up somewhere over here.
Oh, wow. Oh, we're going to have to play some chess.
Yeah, I haven't played since I was a kid because that's what that's from. But like be able to bring someone on like that and just chat about that. It's something outside of, of whatever. And I think people find it interesting, but also for me to be able to collaborate and get to know a lot of other content creators inside our community and our field. Because I really would want, this stuff is still in my brain. Contact these content creators. I'm like, hey, if you go shoot a photo, or ask them, not tell them what to do, but like, hey, would you mind going out and shooting a couple photos of something, and then scan them for me, or just send me the original or whatever. I'll send it back. But like that way I can turn them into rare cards that then they'll be like autographed by them or something.
Yeah.
And there's like 10 of them, and they're like mixed into these cards, and like I'd have like Dave Knopp, from Knopp Top YouTube channel, or Sweet Lou Photography, or I don't know if you he's coming on Tuesday actually for recording.
Oh, awesome. His channel's fun.
Yeah, or Molly from the Eclectachrome. And then it's like it's like these chase cards that people then can collect, and I just think it'd be super fun. But I really wanted to have it printed front and back. The back would be literally a back of a Polaroid photo, the same, but it would have information about what the picture is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would
And
be cool.
I think it'd be super fun.
That sounds, I mean, this probably would never, I don't know, but I mean, that sounds like a cool thing for other, not just like creators to get in on, but like businesses as well. I won't say Polaroid, but
yeah,
I feel like that would be a good opportunity for them to partner up. But I love the idea. I think it sounds awesome.
Yeah, I just think it's unique.
I would definitely shoot.
I think it's unique and different. No one's really doing it. I don't know if anyone would be even interested in buying that stuff to begin with, but I would think I just want it to exist once. I think it'd be fun just to try it. And then just, even if it's just ends up being for myself, so be it.
Well, like you could always put it on like a merch store and then people can buy it whenever. Like,
yeah, I've contacted many different manufacturers about trying to print this, and I could get it printed, but they wouldn't be a true 1-to-1 size of a Polaroid.
Okay.
They're all like standard cut things. I've tried so many different things for Polaroid to get made. Like literally, I talked to Aviv from Retrograde Engineer about this, but you know how trading cards have little sleeves? Why isn't there sleeves for Polaroid? Well, that should exist. So I've been trying to make that for many years. And
that's a good idea.
Keep them from, because everyone always like, oh, I want to touch the photo, get fingerprints or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, bam, a sleeve.
Because then you can just share them around or touch them however you want and not have to worry about it. Like, oh, I'm surprised those don't exist.
Awesome. Polaroid's been around for so long. Why isn't there something for them? That's the most shocking thing to me. There's no photo frames hardly at all, period. There's no, there's, I mean, frames should be the number one thing, but like photo albums, there's like one, and it's made by Polaroid.
Yeah. That surprises me because, you know how Instax has a lot of companies making stuff for their products. Like, yeah, it surprises me Polaroid doesn't have more.
Yeah. It is. It's shocking, but it is what it is. All right, so
you get it done. It sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying. Anyway, another side tangent. We'll see if it makes it to the final. Let's move on. We got two more things. Well, one quick thing, and then we'll move on to some questions from the audience.
All right.
I'm only bringing this up because it's people know that I love this. But you have recently ventured yourself.
You're this up so much. Yes.
What? What?
You're building this up
because it's serious. It's serious. You've recently ventured yourself into Stranger Things.
Yes.
As a new person and know nothing about it.
About this.
Just a brief little thing. First of all, what took so long? And second, how are you liking it?
Well, okay. To the people, I mean, Chris knows how much I like it. Oh my gosh, it is so good. So, all right, I didn't watch it for the longest time because I don't do well with horror films. I get really bad nightmares. Anything horror or scary, I can't do it. And it was always marked as horror. And I think we actually had a conversation early on about this, and you were like, "Oh, it's not actually that scary."
It's not.
And I've seen like Game of Thrones and some of Walking Dead, and I think you said you were like, "Oh, well then you should be fine," or something like that.
Yeah.
Or you should just try it, because I think I watched it initially for like 10 minutes and I turned it off. I was like, "No, this is too much."
Yeah, that's fair.
And now I think I've binged almost to the end of season 4 in like what, 2 weeks? I don't like how long has it been?
I don't know. You tell me. But yeah, it's probably around that time.
So, it's so good. Okay, so if anyone hasn't seen it yet,
I think you're
worried about it being scary. I'm sure there's more not scared people, just, people that get, like, I have an overactive imagination and I visualize things. And
yeah. Yeah, me
if
too.
I watch a movie, I'll dream about it, and I'll have nightmares. And
I'm the same way. When I was a kid, I was that way too. But
yeah,
you're watching it, it's great. But the thing I'm jealous
it's
about,
awesome.
the thing I'm jealous about is I've been invested in the show since 2017. It came out in 2016. And I've had to wait and wait and wait for everything. And you just get this boom, 2 weeks
all
and you
at
get to watch
once.
all of it.
All at
That's
once.
cool.
Hey, but I'm gonna have to wait for season 5 now.
Barely. In comparison to us, we've already been waiting since 2022. Okay. And you're coming into this in 2024.
Hey, it's not my fault that I apparently did the smart thing is to wait.
What I did for season 4
yeah.
was I took that day off I just told every person that all my clients, I'm like, I'm unavailable this day. I woke up like, I don't know what time was it. It was like early. It was super early. And it was Stranger Things Day. I just watched the entire season 4 in one day when it came out. And if anyone's seen season 4, just one of those episodes is 2.5 hours long.
How late did you stay up?
It was like, I don't remember, but it was pretty late. Like it's 11 p.m., midnight. I don't remember what it was, but it was like I had food, I had snacks. I made an entire day of it. I was wearing Stranger Things shirts and jammies. It was a good day.
Awesome. Yeah.
I cried a lot.
Oh no! Wait, I haven't finished season 4. Don't.
Well, I'm talking like halfway through. Not even halfway through.
Okay.
I was already crying at random episodes that you've already seen. But with that said, at this point now, of this, you said you're nearly done. But at this point, who is your favorite character?
Oh, I can't answer that.
It's tough. I know.
Okay. Oh no, Okay, can I do like a top 3?
Yeah, do a top 3.
Then maybe pick one. Okay, so all right, I'm gonna have to say Dustin and Steve.
Yeah, right.
Those are in there. And I think I'm gonna have to say Hopper in there. Yeah. So Hopper, Dustin, and Steve. Sorry, ladies.
Sorry, ladies. Yeah.
Sorry, ladies.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised Nancy's in there. To be honest, I'm surprised Nancy's not in there.
Well, okay. Nancy probably would have been there in season 2, maybe season 3, but season 4, I'm kind of more Robin than Nancy. I don't know.
They really let Robin shine.
I still like Nancy, 4. But.
Also, I already told you this, but for the audience, they're probably thinking this by now. You're just Susie growing up. Look at you, look exactly like Susie.
And I'm disappointed she doesn't have a bigger role in season 4.
I'm hoping season 5.
So season 5.
With her and Dustin finally on screen in the same room together.
It has to be. and for like multiple episodes. Yeah. Like, I mean, I want to see a Susie and Dustin like sesh. Like,
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It has to happen. And I love how Susie is like, she's not in it hardly at all, but she's played the most like important role in like the both times you've seen her.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm hoping she's going to be in season.
Yeah, she deserves more. Because she's a great character.
I don't know if I'm going to go. We'll see. Because I might be in Japan. Maybe. With Caleb and Alex. It's all up in the air. However, in October, in Georgia, at the Jackson, Georgia, the filming locations, they're doing Stranger Things con, like at their like area. It's like a small thing.
Wait, hold on. I'm going.
Yeah. So I'm like, if I don't go to Japan, I know where I'm going. I don't know.
So going.
I don't know if they're what it's all about. I think it's just like a small community putting it on. I don't think celebrities will be there because they'll probably be filming. I would imagine. Yeah. They've only just begun filming last week. They literally finished 1 week of filming so far. So we'll see. But yeah, I kind of want.
But Japan would be really cool too.
I know, but it's up in the air. They don't know if they can go, which is fine. I want to go to Japan, but I also don't mind going back to Jackson, Georgia, aka Hawkins, because there was so much I missed. So now that I can, now that you've seen enough of this, I can tell you. But Vecna's house is a real place you can go to. It's in Georgia.
Oh, cool.
I
Okay.
did not get to go do that. I want to go there. And Hopper's cabin is a real cabin, and you can go there, and it is an escape room.
Oh, no way!
You need 4 people though. To do it, because when I went with Dave, we looked it up. We're gonna go there because the pumpkin patch from season 2, that's where it's at, and it is a real pumpkin patch.
Oh, that's awesome.
And you can do escape room. I'm like, oh, well, I want to go.
All right,
do
who
that.
wants to go?
Well, I might schmooze Dave because he's got his lady friends and those 4 people. At that point,
There we go.
So maybe. And then there was some other stuff I
Just
missed.
switch Japan. Japan can wait.
Japan's not going anywhere.
So that's the one thing about you've watched it since the beginning is you got to go to the stranger like experiences and all that stuff, which has been awesome. Like I can't remember if you said this, but are they doing more of those?
No one knows. They closed them down because then they ended it and then did the horror nights as a substitution at Universal Studios. It's just like the October event that they do there. It's called Horror Nights. It's a haunted house. They just do jump scares at you. It's
my favorite thing.
Yeah, but they did a Stranger Things one, and so you walk through. It's all the scenes from season 4. It was Vecna's nightmare. So like all the times he goes and like puts people in their like little trance stuff. So it's like walking through a bunch of that stuff, and it was super fun. But they did that, and then that's it. There's nothing else. There's this pop-up store still in Vegas, a theme store like I went to and did that video. But there's no experiences as of right now. Hopefully for season 5 they'll bring it back. I'll be there. Yeah. Anyway, sorry that tangent. We'll see. Most of that will be in the members cut.
All of this will be in the members cut.
I'll leave some of it for the fine folks of the interwebs, but members cut. Let's see. Oh, so that's that. Stranger Things. Let's move into some
that was a good one.
Fan audience questions. There's not a lot because I've totally forgot to post this yesterday. So
it's okay. I actually threw one in there, so
yeah. So Brian, shout out to Brian. He's a member of the Spitfire Club. He wants to know, we kind of answered this, but I'll throw it out there. Does she develop / scan her own negatives? If so, what is her gear / setup for that? Bonus question to that is, does she also do her own prints? Same gear question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, you said Brian.
Brian, yeah. Brian,
gold star question. I love it. All right, so yes and yes. For the developing, depends on if you're doing black and white or color, but for black and white, I mean, there's so many different options. But I usually use 510 Pyro for my developer, and 510 Pyro is a formula that was created by Jay Fair. And there's a company called Zone Imaging that basically produces it or manufactures it, which is run by James Lane, who also runs, sorry, that's a lot of info. He also runs the UK Film and Darkroom group on Facebook, which is a huge group. So if you're interested in getting into, even if you're not living in the UK, there's a lot of like advice and people in there. So 510 Pyro is great, and Zone Imaging also makes like a fixer called Eco Zone Fix, which you can use for film and prints. So I love things that are like dual purpose. Sorry, Chris, this might go on for a while.
No, that's perfectly fine.
Okay, so that's sort of like my go-to, because 510 Pyro is a staining developer, and it's gorgeous with most types of film. If you're looking for like a super simple setup, there's a Cinestill monobath for black and white film, which is basically like one chemical. That's all you need. So aside from if you've got the setup like with the developing tanks and everything, it's just one chemical, and you do it for, I forget how much time you do it for, because each black and white film paired with each developer has different developing times.
Yeah.
And then it depends on like the temperature of the chemistry, or can adjust your time as well. So the Cinestill monobath is awesome for beginners. That's what I'd recommend if anyone's looking to get into black and white developing. Super easy, super simple. A Cinestill monobath, one chemical, that's it. 510 Pyro is, it's awesome. I mean, there's so many other ones. Like I've used Rodinol as well as a developer, and that's very economical. And I think, okay, so that's probably your standard black and white film developing. But if you shoot cine black and white film, which is like Kodak XX film, also known as Eastman 5222. Chris, let me know if I'm getting too technical here.
No, this is great. This is what he's asking for. You are literally giving the people what they want right now. You are doing great.
So if you shoot cine motion picture black and white film, which is specifically developed for movies in dim light, so if you're in like a dim setting or cloudy days, it's awesome for that. It will still have a decent level of contrast. So I love Kodak XX film. There's a couple developers I've used. So there's Bellini D96, and there's I just did a video on it actually. Flick Film has a cine black and white film developer, which is pretty good. And so so that's kind of like the developers that I've used for black and white. and then if you get into color, probably the easiest kit to use for developing color is the Cinestill kit, and that has two chemicals. So you've got a developer, and then you've got a bleach and a fix, which are together. So that's 2 steps, which is actually pretty simple. Some color kits, like there's one from Bellini. I mean, you could like there's a lot of stuff to research. This is just sort of like the tip of the iceberg. But I've also used, Flick Film has a color kit. Bellini has a color kit. So it just depends. I think Cinestill is the simplest one to start with. So that's sort of like chemistry. And then so should I go into like the equipment, like what you need to...
I mean,
I forget what the question...
So his exact question was, do you develop, scan your own negatives? If so, what's the gear / setup you basically use for that?
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. Then the bonus one was, do you do your own prints / same gear question?
Yeah. Okay. So back to the developing, the gear I use. So I actually got, I have an AP developing tank, and then I have one I just got off Amazon. So, you can find Patterson tanks. Those are usually like the standard. So I use a 2-reel tank, which is good because you can process 2 35 millimeter rolls or 120 in there. Or if you do a lot of film, you can get tanks that process up to like 4 rolls or 8 rolls. But that's I don't really do that because then you need like a lot more chemistry. I just stick to like, you get a 1 liter, chemistry kit, or and then I just use those small 2-reel tanks. And dark bag is essential for loading your tank. Actually, hold on. I have something here.
Ooh.
This is the best tool ever. Okay. Do you know what this is?
It looks like a shoehorn.
Kind of. It's like a shoehorn for film canisters. Okay. So this is a film lead retriever.
Oh, sure.
And it helps you get your lead out of the roll. Yep. If you don't, because some people, when you're rewinding your roll, you stop a little bit early so the leader stays out of the can, so you don't have to worry about taking it out. But if you roll it all the way back into the canister, this this helps you get it out. So this is essential. There's loads of other like tricks that you can use to get the leader out, but this is probably my favorite. I got this from, it's an AP film lead retriever. I think that's what it's called. So I use this. Sorry, there's like so much.
That's okay. So Brian is a Spitfire Club member, so he'll see the extended version. So if I need to, I'll just make it some of that part of the extended cut. So,
yeah, and Brian, if you have any questions, just ask me afterwards if I didn't answer anything that you're curious about.
Careful.
Or ask Chris, and Chris can ask me.
I love you, Brian. Yeah, but Brian is very much, he likes to be a sponge and absorb knowledge because that's just how he is. He's great.
Awesome.
I give him crap sometimes because he also will just dive in. Sorry, not trying to pick on you, Brian. Love you, buddy. But he's known for just going all in, like we all do. But he goes all in. Like when he first got into instant photography, I think he bought 50 cameras in the first week.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, then, I mean, that would be perfect for developing and scanning.
Yeah, he shoots film too, or outside of instant photography, he shoots, I think, just 35, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Okay.
His other question was, what's your actual favorite camera to shoot 35 millimeter with? Not in theory, because one has super cool features, but practically the one she actually grabs the most, and she's running out the door.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Good question. Because that one is the Canon Rebel K2.
Nice. The one that
which is a super cheap. Yep. The one
the childhood one.
Yep. I mean, I love the Canon L3 and the Jupiter lens. It's beautiful, but it doesn't have autofocus. It doesn't have a light meter. So if I'm just like running out the door, grabbing like something, I've used the Canon Rebel K2 a lot more. Yeah.
Right on.
Good questions.
Yeah. Now we've got probably, this is over on Instagram. The Brian was over on Discord. I threw that in as an afterthought, so he was the only one that responded. I know I totally failed today. I was like, shoot, I needed to have done this yesterday.
Man, you're gonna have to come up with some of your own fun more questions.
Well, no, these are like, yeah, I know. I've been slacking. But over on Instagram, we've got Focal Matter. Asking the serious questions right now.
He would.
Favorite English biscuit / cookie to eat, and then favorite stock to shoot. Then your favorite film stock to shoot.
All right, dude, Anthony, I love you, man. Like, okay, so he has a YouTube channel, Focal Matter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you think about that name, it's a play on something. And that kind of gives you the idea of the vibes of his channel.
Okay, all right.
It's awesome. I mean, he's super into video too. He does his like production value is incredible. It's awesome. Okay, favorite, custard creams.
Custard creams, okay.
And fun story. So I was on a podcast about a year ago, and I think it was the Gen X photography podcast. And they asked me what English biscuits, which are cookies,
yeah,
I liked, they said, what do you prefer, custard creams or bourbon biscuits? Because those are like two popular kinds. And I was like, I haven't tried either. And so he listened to that podcast, and I still hadn't tried them. And he came to Analog Spotlight, and he handed me 2 packages, one of custard creams and one of bourbon biscuits. So I actually got to try them.
That's awesome. But then
custard creams.
Nice. His follow-up question was, what's your favorite film stock to shoot?
Oh.
He didn't say film. I'm assuming he means film. He says, and then favorite stock to shoot. I'm assuming he means film.
Yeah. That's hard. I don't think I have one. I know that's such a super lame. No, I'm gonna give
lame. Oh.
I know. No. Well, okay. Can I do one color and one black and white?
Yes, you can do whatever you want.
All right. Okay.
It's
all right, black and white. Here. Yeah, it is. That's how the Just Another Chris podcast rolls.
It's just another podcast, baby. It's just do whatever we want.
I'm gonna have to say Kodak XX
Double X.
for black and white. Yep, XX. You know, for the chromosomes. And because that's the best. Color. Oh my gosh. I mean, there's so many.
That's still around, maybe. Let's say that you can still get.
All right, fresh.
Yeah, like still being produced. How about that? I'm adding to his question. Refining it, I should say. Refining this question.
All right, here's one. ADOX color mission.
Okay.
Yep. So, so when ADOX is making they're working on a new color film. So Harman Harman just came out with a new color film, Phoenix, but ADOX has been working on one as well. And they came out with the color mission one. Like, have you shot that one?
No, I've only ever shot.
Like I might have asked you.
So you're gonna be real mad.
Yeah.
I've only ever shot
HP5 and Kodak Gold.
No, I'm not too far off. I've shot Fuji with a 400H 120.
Oh yeah, that's right. We talked about that.
I decided like this will be my film stock. Then they got rid of it that same year. And then I have loaded Portra 400 in the 120, and then I've got Fuji. I don't remember what it is. It's a 400 something 36 exposure. That's it.
Oh, is it Superior?
I can't remember, to be honest.
That's a good one, but
I'm still new. I'm sort of a noob when it comes to that world. I'm learning.
Oh, gonna have to break you in.
Be gentle.
I will. I'll try.
Okay.
I get a little excited talking about it, so you just let me know if it's too much.
No, it won't be. Next question comes from Blind Eye Rory.
Oh yeah, Rory.
I got there. I'm terrible with pronunciations and stuff. They ask, what are your opinions on all the film rebranding without being open/honest about the origin of the film?
Oh, yeah, I'm always a huge fan of transparency. So I want to know. I want to know what it is. And I'm not saying when a company rebrands a film, oftentimes they'll have like a non-disclosure agreement or something like that where they actually can't say what it is with the manufacturer. So I totally understand that. That's business. I mean, and people want to put out their own films, they want to put their own branding on it. Of course, it's not great if you're taking something that's at a certain price level and then repackaging it and pricing it double or something like that. But I mean, maybe there's a premium for that, the branding and the packaging. If it's cool, it's not not for me. No. I feel kind of not tricked, but I would love everyone to just say what it is.
I know.
And be honest. Even though I don't like ever being super harsh on anything or anybody. Only in rare case. Like I try to be balanced and fair to everyone, but
sure.
Yes. Like for example, Fomapan, pretty sure is the same as Arista EDU. I think. I mean, there's loads of rebranded things, but I always just go for the cheapest anyway. So, but yes, transparency is please be transparent.
Yes, I'm all about transparency myself, like in everything with anybody.
Yep.
Before I even had this channel, there was a company that I used to work with on another YouTube channel. I won't name drop them because they're still in business. Great people though, like the people that run it, they're fantastic. I love them. I've met with them, hung out with them in person. They're great. But they make a camera that's called they're called PTZ cameras. So they're point, tilt, zoom. That's what PTZ means.
Okay.
I'm sure you've seen them. They're just like, they've got like, I don't know, they move around automatically. They got like a little motor in them. They turn and they all by themselves. They like, and they can zoom in like super far. They're interesting, cool cameras. To find out, they don't make the cameras. It's just some Chinese company making generic stuff that they just slap their logo on and they just market it as their own thing. And then they just say that these are their cameras and blah, 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 all these things. And they upcharge by like triple the amount, where, I mean, that's kind of how 90% of this stuff works anyway, that you're buying from the shelves. A prime example is anything from Polaroid for the last 20 years. Anything outside of their camera and film, everything else is not made by them. They just slap their name on. For a while there was a 3D printer by Polaroid, or there's glasses and MP3 players or Bluetooth speakers.
Bluetooth.
Except for their latest one or whatever, that one they made that themselves. But all this other stuff is just generic products that's out there already. Licensing, slapping the logo on it. It's just kind of how it works. Yeah. And you do feel a little swindled at times when you figure that out. And so there was a couple people that were on that channel. We kind of stopped working with that company. And we're like, that we promote that. We make them a lot of money, to find out it's not even really their thing. We can literally buy it. We can tell our people to go buy this camera. It's the same one by another company for half the cost, because it's like a $3,000 camera they're selling. We're like, oh, well, but this company's selling the actual same one for $1,000. You know, it's like, so it's like really hard sometimes. It's frustrating.
And you, especially if you don't know before and you find out later, and maybe you've already said something about it and people have gone and gotten it, and then you're like, oh man, like I felt like I let the people down. Because
reputation at the end of the day, for me at least, sounds like you too, but like reputation is key. It's the most important thing. Like, I'm not just gonna make videos to make a video about something because either if I was paid or otherwise, or if find out that the company is kind of maybe shady, I won't put it up. Let's see here. I guess we got one more question. I don't know if you've, okay. From Eclectachrome, says,
wow.
Who's your favorite instant photography YouTuber? Wow.
Wow. I mean, great question.
That's a good one.
I mean, I'd probably, I mean, there's so many out there and they're all just incredible. Just so engaging and just.
I tell you which one sucks.
It's hard to pick.
I can tell you which one blows.
No, of course, it's just another Chris.
That's the worst one. I heard he just wings everything.
That guy.
What's that? I heard he just wings everything. Just wakes
up.
No
plan. No nothing.
Doesn't do
no script. Well, I mean, it definitely, practice makes perfect, right?
You should see my first stuff.
Over time, like
I think I sent you a screenshot.
I meant to actually go back.
I'm pretty sure I sent you a screenshot of the first time I was pretty much ever on camera. It was the worst. I am looking, the camera's like down below. I'm looking down. I have a microphone, but the funny thing is that microphone was it was plugged into my phone. It was before I knew that doesn't work. You couldn't just do that. So it wasn't actually using the microphone. It was just still using my camera on my phone. And I'm just like talking like this. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It's like awful. It is the worst. And I edited it inside YouTube. Like YouTube's editor on my phone, even though I knew how to edit.
That must have taken you hours.
I don't know how. I don't know why.
The
but
YouTube editor is rough.
It's just that's all it really is. It's just practice. And I mean, I watched some of your older stuff. I went back pretty far. I thought it was fine. You did great. Way better than I ever did. Way better than my stuff. I didn't get the confidence to be on camera until at least a year, probably after I was making videos. I was behind the camera doing voiceover and just talking about stupid toys for my store. Those are on my. That
works though.
On
is that still on your channel?
Yeah, you go back.
Wow, I haven't like gone back. I should.
It's
adventure into the archive.
I left them up. Yeah, if you go to on desktop, I don't think you can do it on your phone, but on desktop you can filter by oldest, so it shows the first.
Okay.
And goes in that way. It goes in reverse order. You'll see some interesting.
I know what I'm doing after this.
You'll see some interesting stuff. But yeah,
we've all got skeletons in the closet.
You'll see some stuff for sure. Oh yeah, okay. With that said, any final thoughts, wrap up things, questions, concerns that you want to say?
I've lots of concerns. But I'm just kidding. No, this was a lot of fun. So thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming on.
An honor.
Honor's all mine. Where can people find you? Where are you on the interwebs?
Yes, I am on everything at Eclectachrome.
Everything.
So Instagram, TikTok. TikTok is actually where I post, like, that's like my fun space.
Yeah, mine too.
Post like fun videos, yeah. So yeah, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. That's the Trinity. That was my main 3.
Yeah.
So if you can spell it, you can find it.
Yeah, I could spell it, but I couldn't pronounce it. That was my problem. I was calling it, what they call it? Eclectachrome.
Eclectachrome. You know what? I kind of like that.
It's not bad, but Eclectachrome, it does sound a lot cooler.
It does it? Okay. All right.
But Eclectachrome,
you know what? Actually,
pretty good.
I mean, Eclectachrome sounds, yeah, that sounds a little bit like more zippy, like electric. But I actually almost didn't keep this name because I thought it was dumb. And it was only one person that was like, no, that's cool. You should keep going with it. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, it's great. I love it better than Just Another Chris.
No. Just Another Chris is cool. Because then you can carry the whole thing. Like, just another podcast. It's another this.
I know. It does have a ring to it. And it still has my name in it. So when people meet me, they can be like, oh, it's Chris.
Nobody knows my name.
I didn't for the longest time. I found it randomly in a video. I don't know why, but I think you did say it, or someone in the video said it or something. But yeah. But yeah, thank you. I really appreciate you coming on. Let's have you back on. Maybe even a live stream. Have you on as a live stream guest. Maybe. It's usually the next step for podcast members that come on, or guests, I should say. I get them on for live streams. I've only done it twice though, so. But anyway,
I gotta watch my words. You can't edit them out then.
Nope. But yeah, thank you so much. There'll be links in the description to go follow Molly and what she's got cooking up and all that. But thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Awesome. Thank you too.
Bye. Woo. Man, what a great conversation. It was actually really difficult to chop this up and cut things out for the episode. We just had some great conversations. And remember, there is a mostly uncut version over in the members area known as the Spitfire Club. So consider checking that out. Link is in the description. But Molly is awesome. We're going to have her back on in the near future, maybe for a live guest on the live streams. Maybe, just maybe. So head on over to her YouTube channel and all of her socials. The links can be found in the description as well. Go give her some love, go subscribe, and until next time, get out there and make some art.